Hey, what's up, fight fans? That was an unbelievable card in Belfast and also a very controversial one, which we are here to talk about. But honestly, I believe that referee didn't really want Paddy Donovan to win. That is my opinion. I also feel like he was one-sided. I also have Paddy Donovan to blame. Let's talk about it. But first of all, I know most undercard don't really get mention or attention, but one thing that I really want to say, big up to all the undercard on this fight. Men or woman, you guys killed it. Honestly, I watched all the fights and some of you won, some of you really fell short. But honestly, the most important thing on today's card is that you came in, you tested yourself, and you fell short or you won. And I hope that for those that really fell short, they have to go back to the drawing board and come better and stronger. So big up to all the undercard fights. And now, let's talk about the main event, which is Crocker versus Donovan, right? Hear me out. I felt like the referee was one-sided because he kept taking the points, claiming that there was a headbutt. But I feel like that was no headbutt in my opinion. Let me explain. Have you guys watched Floyd Mayweather versus Madonna or some fighter that I really can't remember? That is what a headbutt is. But if you really watch the way Crocker was fighting in this fight, he was basically very defensive and was leading with his head, and that's very hard sometimes. And if you really Donovan, you also have to mimic the same by protecting yourself as well as trying to fight in a way that you think you're going to land the punch. And I feel like that was not really a headbutt in my opinion. It might have been, but not intentional. But the way Crocker took it, I was like, oh my god, I feel like this brother just gave up maybe after 3 rounds. I feel like he didn't really want it that much. I did watch the pre-fight, all the face-off and everything, and I was like, rah, this is going to be a big fight because both of these guys will come in and want to take each other's head off, but it was not that way at all. And I feel like my friend Crocker really talked the talk, but when it come to getting in the ring and walk the walk, he couldn't do much. And obviously, this was a very one-sided beating. And I feel like because Crocker is maybe the ticket seller, even the ref was like, damn, we have to find a way to save this brother. And that is what he's done. In my opinion, I feel like the ref did a terrible job. And I feel like boxing need to really have that someone else to oversee the referee or the judges, because imagine being a fighter, you leave your kid home and you say, hey, I'm going to train hard, I'm not going to focus more on my family, I'm just going to focus on getting this win. And then you get to a point where you put your body, your soul, everything into, like, you push it to the best of your ability to then come and beat your opponent one-sided. And then the ref decide like, nah, sorry, you're not taking this one home, son. I feel like that's really heartbreaking for him. Obviously, you could tell his emotion was all over the place. But hey, there's nothing that we can do to save you. That's why I say I also have you to blame, Mr. Paddy Donovan. Let me tell you something. If you are fighting and you feel like this ref keep taking the point away from me, it is your responsibility for you to correct your behavior. Even though when you're not doing something wrong, what you think might be what the ref is picking on, please change that. Because you know what? Some people, they like a fighter that is fighting in their home and they just cannot accept to let them lose. Now, let's talk about the ref and the punch after the bell. Hear me out, guys. most of the fighter, when they are fighting, some of them cannot even hear the bell because they look at the ref to be closer, and then the ref responsibility is to break the fight as soon as the ref hear the bell, right? And in my opinion, I felt like Paddy Donovan was like punching and he had to finish the combination. Obviously, he could not hear the bell, and there we are. He punched Crocker, and Crocker's like, nah, listen, you knocked me out anyway, so I'm going to pretend and show you that, hey, what you did, it is wrong. Which is wrong, don't get me wrong, that is wrong, but I felt like Crocker was finished like yesterday, and then that really served him. Obviously, the ref did what he had to do, and in my opinion, it's like, wait, how are they going to score this? Because I was very confused. Like, are they going to say this is a no contest? Are they going to say now it's a draw? Like, what? But then they gave it to Crocker. But hey, Crocker, I was very ashamed that you put your hands up and celebrated as if you won. And like I say, this is the first time when I've seen a fight where the better man lost the fight. And honestly, as a fight fan, that's really heartbreaking because you need to reward those people that work harder, not the ones that just come in the ring with their ego. Your ego cannot save you. It's your skill that need to save you. And one thing that I need to say to Crocker is, if you want everyone to chant your name and be on your side, you need to earn it. And today I feel like you didn't really earn it. And if you want every fight fan to be like, oh my god, this is a beast of a fighter, you also need to prove it. And those are two things that you did not do today. But most important, the ref did save you. And honestly, that was like, what is happening? Because now the fight started, and I don't even remember you winning more than 3 rounds. It was a very one-sided. And I wish Paddy Donovan would not have done that. Another thing that I was really confused with in this fight was the style that Crocker decided to take from round 1. He was very defensive and leading with his head. And I'm like, what is happening here? Even round after round, I thought he was going to go to his corner and then they would tell him to change the style. But because of that, he was actually too defensive, in my opinion. I feel like he even blocked himself from seeing that much what is ahead of him. That's why he was actually caught a few times that led to him not seeing. As you can see from the last round, he was swimming with punches and swinging. Obviously, that's why they had to send him to the canvas. And that one lucky punch that Paddy did punch after the bell sent him down, and it was like, oh my god, now this is the big thing. Obviously, that's how the fight ended. Now the question is, if you was the ref, how would you have ended this fight? Guys, I want to know your opinion. Comment below and let me know. But hey, that is all for today. This was a phenomenal fight, and I'll see you on the next one.